Hi, this video will show you how to move files in and out of SharePoint libraries using the web, Windows Explorer, and Office applications on the iPad and iPhone. For the purpose of showing you how to add and remove and manage documents in a documents library on a SharePoint site, we've created this SharePoint site and we've navigated to it with a web browser. The first thing we're going to show you is that you can add documents to a document library, such as this one, by creating a new document. And so if you click on New, in this case, you get a choice of what kind of Microsoft document you want to create. In this case, we'll select a Word document. And then it asks you for a name for the file. And it opens Word Online. Word Online is available whether you have Word on your desktop or not. If you want to use your desktop version of Word, you can open in Word here, and things progress pretty much the same way as they do online. But for quick demonstration purposes, we'll just use Word Online, which has less features but still has quite a number of good features. And in here you can type whatever you want. And when you're done with your document, you just go up to File and then down to Exit, and you exit the application, and that automatically saves everything back here, so that if you open this again you would see those words in there. Now this takes you to the page of the document library. If you click on Home in the left-hand margin, we go back to where you were here, so you can go back and forth between the page of the document library and the selection on the home page. As your document library gets larger, only a subset will be displayed on the home page of your site. So here we are in Documents, and we've created a new document. Another way that you can get documents into a document library is to just have them in a window on your computer, and you can just drag them into the document library, and in that way the documents are simply added to the document library, and there they are. And so if you want to delete an item, first of all you should notice that here if you click on the ellipses you get a preview of the document, so you can see what it is without having to open it. If you click on the ellipses inside this window, you get to delete, and that way is how you delete a file from the document library. You can also use the upload command, which opens up a window where you can navigate to files on your computer. Here you see that all of your favorites and other locations that are in Windows Explorer are available to you. And then you could just pick a file from here and then open it and add it to your document library that way. Let's go back for a minute to that upload button that we just used and open it again, because it has this link here which says upload files using Windows Explorer instead. This link will only appear if you're using Internet Explorer. It doesn't work for Firefox or Chrome, but if you're using IE you will get this link. When you click on it, the files in your documents library here will be expressed as a location within Windows Explorer. And so if you want to work with these files the same way you would with any other location on your desktop computer, you're able to do so. Another nice thing about this is you can go up to your favorites and right-click on that, and then you can say Add Current Location to Favorites. And this will put these files in a folder called Shared Documents, and will add it to your favorites. And this will stay here even after you exit this folder. It'll be there every time that you open any of your Windows Explorer directories. If you want, you can change the name of this so that you can put it into something a little more meaningful than Shared Document, which is handy if you have many of these, because you could have one of these for each SharePoint document library you wanted to use. And this won't affect your file transfer process. So here are a couple of ways that you can work with Windows Explorer, or you can work with the web-based version of your documents library. And now we're going to show you some things you can do getting into your documents library from iPad and from iPhone. So here's my iPad. And if you want to get to your documents library, the most straightforward way is simply to go to Safari and then you can navigate through logging on to your Office 365 account and navigating through sites and going until you get to the site that you want. And here you are on the video demo site, which is the same one that we were showing in Internet Explorer a little while ago. But there is a more interesting thing that you can do with the iPad because of the new Office for iPad apps. The new apps, such as Word for iPad, have a way that you can directly access files in the SharePoint document library. What you do is you set up the SharePoint library so that it will be part of your Word for iPad directory. You do that by clicking Add a Place here, and then you type in the SharePoint URL, which is the high-level URL. I've already set that up for you here so that we don't have to do it in this case. And so when you go to SharePoint, we have cgnet.sharepoint.com has already been entered. You click on that. It gives you all the points on cgnet.sharepoint.com where you might want to go. And here we want to go to the video demo site. And so we go down here. And then up here is the documents. And we tap on that. And then there are all the documents. And if you want to open a document, you just tap on it. And it opens the document in Word for iPad. If you want to edit it, you tap Edit over here in the corner, and then it'll load it for edit, and then you can put in whatever you want. In this case, I'll just show that you can, in fact, type. And when you're done, you just exit the document, and in the same way as with the Office Online app that you had from the website, that will now be saved to your documents library. So that's how you can use Word for iPad. Now let's see what you can do with the iPhone. So here's my iPhone 4S, and my favorite application for accessing documents in a SharePoint document library is Office Mobile. Going over the web on a small screen like this is a little bit difficult, but Office Mobile works pretty well. You open that up, and if you go to Open, you see it has the same Add a Place kind of routine that you would do as we did on the iPad. In this case, my CGNET Services International SharePoint location is already in the Office Mobile application, so I just tap on it, and it goes to the next screen to the right. And then I select the video demo site, and I select Documents. And sure enough, there are all of the documents. And here is the one that we worked with before. And if you want to edit, you just click on the little Edit button up at the top, the little square with the pencil in it. And then you can, in fact, edit the document. Now when you're done, you just click Done up at the top left, and then you click the little arrow, and it asks you, do you want to save your changes? And then the changes are saved back to the document library. And then you've been able to use Office Mobile to access your documents. So I hope you've enjoyed this review of how to work with adding, deleting, and accessing documents using the web, using Windows Explorer, and using the iPad and the iPhone. For a lot more information about how to use Office 365 in general, and also Office 2013, check out the CGNET Office 365 Resource Center at the URL below.